Hi everybody, it's Colin here from Woodthorpe International. I've got a very interesting special edition train this week to show you. Nice steam engine to show you as well. It's an old model of a Graham Farish. It possibly is going to need a little bit of looking at. It won't pull up the hills. It's the main engine is driving it, and they're just slipping, even just pulling 3 coaches. But on the flat, it would be okay. It's got some lovely sound on it as well. And then I've got another steam engine to show you, and with some new coaches. That's got sound. So I'll be showing you that as well. And the special edition does have sound and some very interesting extra sounds on it. That'll be good to see. Well, I hope it is. And also some news and plans for the future layout. So I'll get on with the video. So this is the new train. Got a lot of vinyl on it, not the actual model, but the real McCoy. I've got a picture of the real one as well to show you, and the box it come in, because it's slightly different for Fleischmann. So this is the train, and I've got some new coaches, not especially for this, but I saw these and they were a good price. I'll just go out so it focuses, sorry. And that's the train, and it's the music train. As you can see, there's some people playing instruments there, and the composer's on the other side, which I'll show you. Sorry, I keep going out to focus on it. It's got sound. That's the start-up for the pantograph, what lift up. And then it would be ready to go. The horns. On the front with the lights, and the high beam ones are at the top just above there. You can see them light up. Guard's whistle. The brake for when it's actually moving. Compressor. There is a shunt mode, a mute mode, another horn, and then there's coupling. I'll just shut it down. And this is the special bit. These next 4 noises are all to do with different parts of the I'm going to say songs, it's not a song, the music and the different segments of it, and this is the first one. So this Jost guy composed this, or wrote it, whichever it is. So that's one. And I just thought, while it was in the station, it'd be nice to play it. It does play while it moves, but there's no point having that. But if it's in the station playing, it would be quite nice for the passengers to listen to. Even in the model railway world, it would be nice. The next one. I don't know how it sounds over the phone, but in the reel it sounds very nice. It's quite amazing that this is any sound on Engage, and for the size it's amazing. And this is the last one. We'll take it round Gemma's layout at Stony Hole and give it a test. And it'd be interesting to see if these coaches go by, because I haven't tried them yet. But these were a bargain with these. And it was quite handy to have a nice little rake and some different ones for the European layout. And as you can see, if I just slow him down, there is the composer himself. And like I say, I'll show you the box. But let's have it going round. Now I haven't got the sound on. This here we've got this train with sound in a different livery. But the sound is sort of unique, and they won't have done this in the real world. I assume they won't do this in the real world, but they've done it with this train, and it's actually quite makes you smile. I know it's not real, but neither a train playing music isn't. But in a station they have music playing, and it's quite calming. So I'll just stop it. And we'll turn the sound off. Now, as you've heard in this country and other trains that I've shown, and if you've seen anywhere else, you can hear them going up like a scale. The faster it gets louder. Da, da, da. Well, this has a little bit of a uniqueness to it. And now it's ready to go. We'll just give it clearance. It's saying it's ready, it's going to pull away. And I know a lot of people are going to go, flipping it, that's stupid. I couldn't care 2 hoots. It's different. And that is, you just cannot beat having something different. And it runs very well, like a lot of Fleischmann runs. Now usually it would go down tones, down, but this one doesn't. It just stops when the actual engine stops. But like I say, it's different. It's great. So that, as it turns out, those coaches go very well with it. And the restaurant car, its own power supply, or kitchen I think it's called. But as I said, they were a bargain. So this is the box it comes in, and that is very unusual for Fleischmann. They just usually come in a plastic box with a little bit of card on to decorate it. Just let me pause it and I'll see if I can just put my hand on one. Sorry, no, I can't find one, but the Fleischmann boxes are a lot thinner than the Dapol and Graham Farish. They're quite just a little bit thicker than the Train, and the packed well. You know, they're a nice solid plastic box, and the stack, they've got little marks on where they can stack up on the corners, so they're stacked very well. This comes with a sleeve on, and that's the guy, and that, I believe that's Train Company at the end there, the music edition. But this is the end of the box with the product number. And inside, can we get it off? I might have to pause. Oh no, it's coming. Come on, that's it. There's the CV paperwork. That just goes on top of the Train. But what is interesting, because it's a special one, they even supply a cover for the pantographs. So when it goes into the foam, it doesn't get caught. Now you don't normally get that on the box versions, but they don't tend to use foam as such. So you have this other kind of soft plastic round them. So that's slightly different, but the box is lovely. How it's presented, I think it sounds great. And it'll be a nice addition with everything else, with them coaches and any other coaches I get. Put that, you know, it'll be a special treat for people to go on the Orient Express, getting pulled by that. You get this card showing the Train again, and inside, I believe that's where he did a lot of his music, where he lived for 30 years. That's the guy there, and this picture at the end, I'll just try and flatten it out a little bit. That is the picture of the real McCoy, and I bet that is lovely to see. But that's the real one. So that's a Train for the European segment of the layout. So I've got the steam engine ready to come in. We'll bring it into view. Now I think it's going to need looking at. It doesn't like going up Gemma's layout, up the slopes on her layout, which, you know, it's very old. The actual engine's in the front bit like it would be in the real McCoy, and the chip and the speaker in the tender, but it doesn't like pulling up anything up the slope. Maybe a couple of coaches. What I might have to do is run it with a diesel behind, how they do it in the real world. At the end of the day, it'll be okay. Sounds lovely. Some of the sounds, there are 3 steam horns, door slamming. It has wheel slip, and sometimes, yeah, it's quite good for this when it's going up the slope. They do slip. They could time that right and it'll look good. The old glue, loading the coal, letting off steam. There's a few of them. There's coast, there's the coupling as normal, guard's whistle, get what this one is. Oh yeah, that's the Coleman frying his breakfast in front of the open hatch where the fire's burning. Thought that was quite funny. This is a good really releasing some steam there. But like I say, it sounds good. It's nice that it's an old Graham Farish in a way. Did have a dapple. The running gear collapsed on it. It's one of them things what happens to trains, things break. So it's nice to have this old one, but like I say, I'm probably going to have to do it with a diesel pushing it as well, just to help it. And if I can get sound on the right one with sound on, it'll look quite nice. But I'll just show it pulling away. It is nice. I'll just get up, excuse the movement. And it doesn't like some of Gemma's tight curves. They're on the track work, they're quite tight, as you know, I've said in the past. And it's to if the wheels don't have enough movement on them. The back's alright. It's just how they are. It's an old engine. So I'll just bring it out here. But this particular one doesn't like this area here, right there. It's just a little bit too tight for it, but never mind. It's nice to have. And on the other layout, hopefully they're going to have bigger curves, so it'll be a lot better. But I'll show you this other steam engine. Right. I have this other steam engine. I've just had a look to see whose make it is, because it came unboxed. I didn't know it was going to be unboxed, and the coaches, but it was well wrapped, well protected. But this is a Bachmann one. I assume it's going to be Graham Farish Bachmann, or it's the actual make from America Bachmann. Don't know. Because it's only got the word Bachmann on it, but it is absolutely stunning. And the sounds, again, I know the other steam engine sounded good, but this one moves a lot better. And the coaches, what I got with it, just 3 coaches, Pullmans. It was, a good buy was this. So that's the loco. It's got a lot of sounds, even Yeah, it's got brakes setting on it. As for toots for whistle, there's 6 in a row near the bottom end of the numbers, and there's 2 at the beginning. Sorry, only 1 at the beginning. But if I go down, there's actually 6 in a row of different ones, and one actually sounds like it's through a tunnel, which is very nice. This is the one I think is in a tunnel. Don't know if it comes across the same. There's a guy talking and his mate saying they're going underneath. What's him saying? He's going under. Alright, Mark. And then there's other little scenes. It's got the coupling noise, blow off valve. Shovel, putting coal in. It does, it's got the shoveling sound. It plays it automatically. But this one has coast sound. If you just knock the throttle down just 1 point and it just coasts, and that is a very nice touch. I know there will be other steam engines out there, but not what I've got at the moment. I've got a coast button on some, but not set up for the controller. Anyway, let's see it go around, and pulling up this slope, it's just a different engine compared to the one before. But let's have it. And these are the coaches. Like I said, only 3. I've had a look to see who they're made by, but no name on them. But very, very nice. Let's bring it round here. Since it's going through the tunnel, got to press the tunnel. Like I say, there's about 6 in a row, 7 altogether. That is very nice indeed. Runs very well on this track. Again, over this bit of track, there's just more flex in it. And as the other ones are really old ones, so fair enough. And I know it's only pulling 3 coaches up here, but see, it's coasting now because I've taken the throttle down. You can just hear it, and now it's doing itself because it's slowed down enough for it to take, put its own steam back on, because it does coast a lot from full speed to stop without you braking it, putting the brake on. A bit faster here, and then we'll coast down the hill. Turn it back up myself. Just turned it down. I just think the control is really spot on. And that's it doing itself again. And when I come to stop it in the station, my new pals come up to see what I'm up to, and looking at the train, really not bothered at all. He's been out this morning, he's been into town, been to a wood yard to hear machines, just for 10-15 minutes, and sat up near a very popular spot in Harrogate, and he was just outstanding, really. Because what I would like to do with him also is do patchwork, where he goes into hospitals and sits next to poorly patients and old people's homes, and he just sits there and be stroked. He's just got to not be giddy, he's got to be calm. And he's going to have a sniff. He could even have a lick and knock him off, but he's not seemed to be bothering. Let's try some horns with him. Not bothered. One of the other things we're wanting to do with him is him be a blood donor. So he's come up and seen the trains, and as he gets older, he'll be able to sit next to them and watch them himself, because he'll sit quite high. So that was a nice thing to say, I hope. My new pal. Something else I've been wanting to show you. I've just been trying to get it organised, and I'm going to build a small layout on a sill in the conservatory. Sorry if it sounds a bit echoey, but there's not many soft furniture in here to dull it. But it's a good 4 metres long, running down there. And there's a reason for doing this, is because we've taken some advice with the plans for the new layout. It's too difficult for 1 or 2 people to run it, even with cameras filming what, you know, and showing it in different rooms, in the different sheds, what we've got planned. So this is here to help me learn about trains. And my computer was getting very old, and it wasn't going to be powerful enough to run the program. And when I came to edit videos, it was very slow. And I've gone on to the new Superfibre through Vodafone, and wow, is it fast. In here, and this is Wi-Fi in here, because the main hub is in a different part of the house, we're getting 918 upload megabits a second, and download is the full speed of 920. And that is just incredible. I've never had anything as fast as this. But I've started making the plan using the switchboard, and that's it on the main bit. But as you can see, it's a pretty big screen. I wanted a big screen so I could do things like this. This guy here, his name is Bob Muller. I think his name is, it's Bob something. See if I can see his name at the top. Him. him there, Fuller. He does some very good videos on using iTrains. It's very in depth. It's nearly too much information at the beginning, because there are other videos out there what are more basic, but he does cover a lot. It's very nicely spoken, you can hear him very clearly, and how he describes it, he's very good at it. So I can have it on the screen and listen to good old YouTube videos, but I needed a new computer, so I've made this desk and got a super duper new computer. It's got an i9 processor. Not only has it got one i9 in it, it's got 24 processors in it, and it's even got water cooled. I've never seen one before until I went up to a friend's house and he had a water cooled one, but it was a lot bigger. And there's up in these, behind these top lights, at the top there's a radiator and it blows the cold air, and those pipes there have got the water in going through the processor, and it's all sealed. I don't know how it works, but it's just brilliant. But I needed the speed. I wanted to be able to just upload stuff, because when I start the new layouts, I'm going to do smaller lengths and more of them. And we're going to use iTrains. I didn't know this about iTrains. It's fully automatic, semi-automatic, and also manual. So I can use my handsets and control the trains myself if I want. All iTrains does then is come a signal box and allows you to go in certain places. And then the other thing we needed to do, I needed a new computer. Come on. In the first shed, and got a laptop for that. But we're going to plug it into a bigger screen, a 34-inch screen, so again I can see it clearer, because my eyesight's getting bad. So that'll be used in the first shed, and I can bring it in. We was going to put a fixed computer in the second one, but I might even do a laptop again, because this one runs, this is very powerful as well. Not as powerful, but it's got i5 in processors. So that is enough power to run the program. It's got to be quite quick. I'm having to go on to the professional iTrain system, because there's 3 different systems you can have. I need to do that because each computer needs to talk to each other. So if in the fiddle shed I change some tracks and I go into the mega shed, or someone else is in the mega shed, it will change it on their screen as well. The moment I touch it in one shed, it'll do it in the other, and vice versa. And you need to have it on the professional one. It's not that dear, much more than the others, but it is a little bit more. So I am doing a small little test run in here, so I can get used to how the trains work, how the blocks work. The stuff is on the way from James at DCC Automation. I think it is DCC, yeah, Automation. So I can get going on this, and it will then go on to the other layout once that starts. But I can do the measuring of the trains and the goods wagons and everything to set it all up and load it onto this computer, which then talks to that one and the one in the future. So that's what I'm up to for the controlling of the new layout, and it will help me enjoy it more. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. The European one is very interesting. It goes with the other composer, what Gemma has. So to have them running around double-headed will be quite interesting. So I will see you in the next video. If there's any questions about the future plans or anything else, please do, leave a comment and I'll get back to you. And thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.